Hello, YouTube. My name is Plazukas. Listen, I'm going to get to the second half of this video in a second, but let me address the issues from my last video entitled Destiny Rising is Dead on Arrival. Okay? I am sorry. I know that my content has been thorough, has been positive, has been informative, and I want to continue to do that content on my channel. Period. I've had a chance with Rossi and Hal Hess, and I had a really good experience going through the content that we already have had in the game for the past month and a half. And I think I can stretch that out for another week. I'm obviously upset that there's no content, no additional content in the game, because at the start of Season of Daybreak, there wasn't any new thing that basically justified Season of Daybreak to begin with. And there still isn't a new thing that justifies Season of Daybreak. What is Season of Daybreak? Furies 3, Trinity Ghoul? That's now considered Season of Daybreak? No, there was nothing that identified it as Season of Daybreak. What, the shaders, the decals? Come on, are you kidding me? There's three guns that can use the exotic decal, the Vex one. Okay? And then the rest of the decals are for some weapons and not for others. And then you have to pay for any additional decals on your actual characters. And to get glows and stuff, you have to pay additional on top of that. So it's very restrictive, and most people don't even have those things. So it's been a very, stale Season of Daybreak. And if that continues for Season 2, and this is why I made the video, it's over, man. There needs to be identity for each season. And it can't just be character quests, because what is it? Okay, it's Gwen, it's Estella, it's now Helhest, and Rossi, and Yumiko. That's the identity of season? All four of those characters? That's what's considered Daybreak? I just find it to be either lazy, incompetence, lack of funding, and so I'm a little bit discouraged. However, there's a second half of this video, but before I do that, let me get to the comments that you've said on my last video that I need to address. I haven't even maxed out characters, and I think developers know most of us haven't either. Sure, they know data. They know everybody's data, so they can obviously see if somebody or how far the population is in this game and how many new players are here, how many old players have left and not logged back in, what the current progression is. Yes, they have all that metadata. True. I'm sure they know. I'm sure they see how few even got to participate on raid events. I missed out because I wasn't even 80 at the time. I think releasing characters and their story is fine right now. I barely have any god rolls or exotic mods, and I use my 120 to take a break, and then take a break until the next day. And haven't done all the surveys. I'm sure there's plenty of content coming. This is just a minor update between major versions. The full update hasn't even arrived yet. New characters, new destinations, new strikes, new raids, bugs fixes, quality of A testing, player testing, performance optimization, and final packaging. All of it takes time. Developing new content is a process, my friend. It is. The content that we're playing right now, spoiler alert, has been in this game for at least a year and a half. We've played it. We've tested it. And so a lot of us people that have been here in the community, we just wanted something new, a new activity, a new thing that could represent Season of Daybreak. And you're saying that, oh, we're going to get this on the next season? What's the precedent for that if we haven't got anything for this season? We went from Season of Preparation to Season of Daybreak. We have no new activities, no new nothing to identify this as a seasonal thing. Other than Grandmasters, which are still just the strikes. There's not a new strike in Grandmaster that was added for that specific activity. So I hope you're right. I hope that all these things take time and that testing and all these things, and it's going to come out and it's going to release in great quality. But I'm just very, I don't know. I'm pessimistic, I guess. Agreed. We need pinnacle resource changes by making them farmable at least. For the love of God, make Calamity Ops weekly. Such a long wait to progress characters. More mythic weapons for each character with missing elements. Sure. Yes. The weapon loadouts, the weapon. There needs to be more weapons in the game. There needs to be an address of the pinnacle or the reward system because of what we currently have, the rotation that we currently have. They could have at least adjusted that. That would have made it a little bit nicer, but they didn't even do that. They just kept everything the same. Status quo. Man, new event is microtransaction hell. Yeah, the new events that are in the game. One is tied to Hal Hestes dupes, and you have to spend $200 to get fully into the event. The other one is a wheel that has, 60 times you're gonna have to pull 1,500 glimmer. That's not gonna feel that great. Eventually, you're gonna get to that last bar, and you're gonna have 20 pulls that you're gonna be capped on a day. So you're gonna have 10 for that day, and you're gonna pull, what is it? The equivalent of 15,000 glimmer. And the next day, you're gonna pull 15,000 glimmer, and then you might get to the premium side of that wheel and then get some extra goodies. It's too far early to say in this. If season 2 comes out and there's no substantial comment, then yes, absolutely this game is doomed. But I don't think any rational person was ever expecting the mid-season update to add much of the game outside of new characters. I was pleasantly surprised to see a couple new artifacts added. Sure, the artifacts were a surprise. They were not in the patch notes, and I welcome those kind of things. Obviously, I think communication needs to be better. And it doesn't even mean that they have to tell us everything, because it's nice to have these surprises. Here's the problem. It wasn't the fact that this was a second update that was the issue. It was the fact that Season of Daybreak launched with no new activities, period. There was no activities for seasons. And we don't know if there's going to be activities for the new season. There's not going to be any, identity. It's just going to be, what's the point of a season then? There's no point. There's no identity. There has to be an identity. Or it's just bland. What is this kind of take? It's refreshing that you need to pull for new units. The option is there but not required. You are literally trying to sell power creep in the game, which is an L take. They literally release content, so the expectation is will drop with each new season. Yeah, they said content. We know what content is in this game, or their definition of content. It's story character missions. That's what it is. That's what content is in this game. Is new story character missions, just like it was for Estella for the first half of the season. Okay, fine. That's the expectation going forward. If that can satiate a lot of people, I don't know how. We have some great activities in the game with the Expanse, with Calamity Ops. We need more of those kind of things, in my opinion, not more story stuff. I want both, but can the development team actually handle that cadence? I don't know. And then get gauntlets on top of that, maybe, 4 times a year, and dungeons potentially, and whatever else. I don't know. It's probably asking too much. So they have to pick and choose, in my opinion, and I'd rather have reoccurring activities than character quests. Even though I think the dialogue in this game, some of it's AI, but I think it's great. Some of the banter back and forth between these characters, their expressions, their movements, a lot of that has, they feel alive, and you're pulling on them, and that's the way it should be in a gacha, and I do appreciate that, but at the same time, I don't know. The game is cooked. D2 players discovering a gacha game with gacha mechanics. Yeah, that's true. D2 players are coming here and they're not familiar with any of the systems and stuff. I'm not that kind of guy. I had my expectations for this game. Gacha games normally have more content than this game does, as far as just releasing it on a cadence. We usually would. Most gachas would have a new activity, a new mode at this point in time in their release period. I hate you, 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 I hate you. I'm a gamer, you're not a gamer. I love this game, you hate this game. You are bald and I have hair. Okay. I am a gamer. That's the only thing that I would disagree with this statement. And I do like this game a lot. And I play this game a lot. And when I am playing it, it is fun. I just wanted new activity. I think that's the least of our expectations. You have to talk about this new event. I think this will be a def of DR, no kidding. I will talk about it. Seriously, no new content, and they want hundreds of dollars for one character. Yep, that's what we mentioned. Man, with this Whiplash, your video about his leaks was well done. This seems for reactionary nonsense for clicks. It's not. It's to literally make it very apparent that if there's no new content in these seasonal updates, that is going to be a problem with the community, in my opinion. We'll get to the second half of this video where they could possibly make it up to us. 1,000% everyone flaming the game are going for money and to be cool. It's just to play the game. It's awesome, and everyone who plays it knows it's not complaining. Yes, I agree. Playing the game, the Expanse, the Calamity Ops, all the little missions and modes, they're fun. The game mode is fun. It's Destiny, and it feels good. And the bows and the linear fusion rifles and the auto crossbow on Rossi and Hell House is fun. It's great. There should have been an activity as well. That's all we were asking for. And you'd be like, well, then why are you saying it's dead on arrival? Why are you saying it's going to EOS? Because there's a fine line between successful and non-successful games, and there's no guarantees in the gacha space. There's so many gachas, so many video games coming out, and I just don't think this came out that well, and it needed something, I think, to get people to come back in. I might be wrong. Maybe characters are enough. It could possibly be the case. What kind of clickbait is this? It's not clickbait. This is not clickbait. I'll tell you if it's clickbait or not. It's not clickbait. All right. Second half of the video, if you're still here. This is how they could turn it around. One of these events, which is a bad event, but one of these events ends on the 23rd of October. I'm thinking that might be because they're going to do a Halloween event. Now let's just go with what we know in this game about their events. Their events are shit. The only event that was actually worth anything was the one where you did a bounty system and then you went to the event store and you bought like a bunch of stuff, and there was a lot of stuff in there as well. And it was farmable, and it was just like a good progression for like a week or two. That was a good event, but it wasn't tied to an activity. Here's what I want. Let's say they said, you know what? What would be more impactful? Giving them a seasonal activity in the second half because of, whatever, management and time constraints or whatever else, development budgets and people, or really give them a good Halloween event that lasts for 2 weeks leading into season 2. If they do that, if they can provide us a 2-week solid, very cosmetic, which means you're going to pay money for that. Very free-to-play friendly, which means you're going to get rewards, and also some cosmetics for that as well for Halloween, and just make it very flavorful, like Destiny 2 did, like with the candies and stuff like that. Have masks maybe to change things up a little bit. Decorate the Haven, all those kind of things. Make the activity kind of spooky or flavorful. Okay. Then I'll take back everything I said about this game. And I'll be like, you know what? I agree. I would rather have that than a seasonal activity if I have to choose. I want both because I'm a greedy, I'm a selfish, I'm a dedicated, I'm a loyal person. But if I can't have both, then I will be happy with Halloween event. Now, alternatively, if we get a Halloween event and there is no activity, okay. Haven's decorated, okay. You know what? Maybe next year. Maybe because Christmas is going to have one. All right? Hopium here, guys, okay? If there's no Halloween event at all, no cosmetics at all, even in the store, like not events, but just cosmetics. If there's nothing, like zero effort. And this is Earth, by the way. Destiny is in Earth, where they celebrate holidays. Still. That is part of the lore, even in this multi-universe, as far as we know. Maybe there will be a story element that says they don't. I'm telling you right now. That's going to piss me off even more. And I'm going to make another doom and gloom video in a week or two when they would be able to do this. They better communicate this, man. They better talk about this. They better market it. It's a very important thing. Holidays and gachas are extremely cool, fun, and ways for companies to make money. Cosmetics. Give me cool, flavorful cosmetics. You don't even have to even give me Halloween-centric ones. Give me ones that look cool that I can wear outside of the Halloween event as well. Make them neon or flashy or flamey. Definitely one for Ikora, please. Absolutely. Give me one for Ikora, please. So I'm going to do a video on Hellhest. I'm going to do a video on Rossi. I'm going to do all these other videos. Stay tuned. I love the game. Okay? I'm not going to try to be that negative. But I've been in this space. I've been playing games for a very long time. I see this. I see the signs, and I was like, well, this season they could change my mind. They could be like, okay, all right, here we go. We're settling in. We're getting the cadence right. Okay, let's do that with the Halloween event in 2 weeks when the last event on the 23rd ends. Please. And then roll over to season of 2 and it make it flavorful. And we are rocking. Doesn't mean the game's going to be successful. But in my mind, I'll be happy and it'll give the game a chance, in my opinion, if it's not already successful. And maybe it is in spite of all of my, needs and wants and wishes. My name is Flazukas. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.